Hello guys, I just got the Bootleg Figma link from Tears of the Kingdom and the box looked terrible, like got smashed it multiple times during the deliverings. And you can see the arm is already detached from the body. So I have to film a unboxing video to see if there's anything missing or anything wrong other than the arm. But before we unboxing this box, let's have a look of the box first. So the front is looking like this, have a big open window to see the thing inside. But the face paints are all reversed, so I cannot see if there anything problem with the painting. And the side looking like this. Behind looking like this. This side looking like this. Another pose of the link. At top looking like this. The bottom looking like this. So now let's unbox these bootleg figures. So right off the box we have the packaging, a stand right here, and some swappable hands right here. And we even have an instruction manual written in Japanese. So it seems beside the detachable arms, everything is right there. And for the swappable face, behind looking like this, seems alright. So now let's unboxing this and see if I can fix the arm first. So the arrow's quiver is completely destroyed. It's detached, and the arrow you can see is broken. They are not in the straight line. I don't know if they install it in the wrong direction or not, but it looks very weird. And let's see if I can put the arm back. So it seems that I successfully installed the arm back to the body, but I'm not sure am I successfully fix it or not. So let's leave it for now. There's some paint job issue behind the figures, and there's a different color situation. So under this video, under this lighting, you may not spot the difference that easily, but with my own eye, the color difference is quite obvious. So I'm wondering, are they installed the arrow into the arrow quiver correctly? Maybe should upside down something. I may need to put that into hot water to see if I can fix this or not. And for this one, I should be able to attach it back to that areas, but I'm not sure. Maybe I need to use some super glue to help me to do that. But other than that, the color seems a little bit fine. The sculpting, honestly, not that bad. So if you're decided to have one, you may need to fix something yourself. For example, cut some cutting mark and glue some detachable part back. And for the leg, one leg have a pulling down design, the other leg is stuck. Cannot do it, so I may need to put it into the hot water to see if that will help. And you can hear it's quite tight and have some quicking sound, so I may need to add some oil on it too. And the seam line is quite obvious and terrible, so I may need to polish them myself. And the golden color on the sheet is not very good. They're having a little bit of the line. See right here, many tiny little paint job issues. And also the sword and the handles are detached, so you need to fix it yourself. Luckily that is easy to pack it back. But the sword itself has some tiny little bit paint job issue. As you can see in the body, this area has some silver dark or silver painting dark. The behind is actually look pretty good. And the shield painting is surprisingly very, very good. Like, it looked nice, at least at the front. So some reviews saying that they have broken the handle of the shield part when they trying to remove it because they are too stiff and stuck into the shield. Although when you look up close there, you can spot some of the tiny little bit problem. And the cave look fantastic too. The like printing, I guess, onto these soft good cave looks really, really clear. And lastly, the two face paint. So far, they're looking alright. And when I try to remove these hair pieces, I'm just having a really hard time to remove these hair pieces. It feels like it's stuck in there. So maybe need to use some hot water or hair dryer to heat these soft plastic pieces up. So now I put some of the part into the hot water to let them bath the magnet. And outside of video, I was able to remove these two little handle pieces. And I say again, do not like install this one all the way into the shield because it's very, very tight. I believe once you installing it, it won't be getting off that easily. So just tiny little bit push it in, you can still see the peg. Like hold on to this, and that's okay. I think don't push it in all the way because it will be very difficult to remove. So with only a little bit in it, it will be stable enough and easy to be removed. It's already stuck in there. It's very hard to remove right now already. So don't push this all the way in. And this one you can easy to remove, so it's okay to like plug in all the way like this. Like this, easy to remove. And for my copy, I also have another problem is that the hole right here is not fit for the peg in the sheet and this little peg on the cave. The hole is too small and this peg won't go inside. So I need to make this hole a little bit bigger on my own. So if you're having a drill or anything, it will be totally good for you. But for me, I don't have any drills. I plan to use this screwdriver to like plug it in and like see if I can like make the hole a little bit like bigger, so eventually will fit for this sheet and the cave. And after I use the screwdriver to like doing things like this, I don't know if it helped or not, but at the end I was successfully like fit this shield 50 saw sheet into this hole, so it looks fine. And also the cave, like this, so really good. And also what I'm doing is to bait into the hot water, so I will make this little ball joint area to move, because for these Figma, like because of the lower half of the body is like this, many people like try to move the torso movement and accidentally break this little part. So what I'm doing here is I wish I could like soften this ball joint to make it able to move, so when I move the torso it won't break this little peg right here. So I was able to move it, see? So I guess I was able to make this ball joint move. So now I will add some oil around this ball joint, so hopefully it will move much more smooth after I add some oil. So now it feels very tight. Just add very tiny little bit, not too much. So probably like this to make this ball joint move a little bit smoother. And also have to cut this little cutting mark, like these little pieces. Okay, it's gone. And for the head part, I was able to remove it. It just requires a little bit force. Be patient about it. So it's very difficult, so I suggest that to polish a little bit of this little plastic right here to make it smaller, so it will be easy to go in and easy to move out. So lastly, I used the knife pen to like go in there to remove a little bit of the uneven plastic surface, just like this. So now my hair pieces is like can be removed much more easier. Like this, install it like this, and remove like this. It is much more easier compared to the first time I tried to remove it. And for this, I put it in the hot water because the pulling down articulation won't work on this leg. It cannot be pulling down, so hopefully I put it into hot water, can soften the plastic to make it able to pulling down. So it is still not able to pull it down. So now let's add some oil onto the legs joint, so it will be not like this. Hi, Future Me here. Please do not add the oil onto the ball joint of the leg, because later I find out the figure legs become a little bit too loose. So please don't add the oil on it. So when I make some mistake on the fixing of this video, I will add a mistake wording in the top left corner, and I will explain what I did wrong in wording. So if you're following this fixing video to try fix your copy, please pay attention for this wording, please. So let's get back to the fixing video. The sound feels very not good, and I will also try add a little bit onto these pulling down articulation area. So hopefully it will be able to make it successfully pulling down. So okay, seems the pulling down effects have no effect, so just leave it. It's not very important. So now just add very tiny little bit of oil onto the ball joint. Hopefully can make this terrible creaking sound go away. Much smoother now, no creaking sound. The creaking sound go very small now, so very good. So now I'll try to remove the arrow pieces from the arrow curl. Hopefully that I am able to do that. And for the broken pieces part, I just wait until the end to use some super glue to glue it back to this little hole right there. Not a huge problem. The problem is the broken arrow. It's like it's totally not straight. It's like suddenly going to the other side. So now I try to remove it. Hopefully I won't break anything. So I was not able to remove the arrow pieces from the arrow curl, but when I tried to pull it like that, like after the hot water, it seemed that I was able to like bang it back to the straight way. So it seemed this is a much more easy method to fix this. Like if you're having the same issues, like just put it in the hot water and try to like bend it straight. It's much more easier than trying to remove it from the curl and plug it back. So I will keep doing it and make it straight rather than like remove the whole pieces part. So I take bit like this. Hopefully it will help me to hold it into the straight position. Hopefully. So let's just leave it like that and wait until it cool down. I guess have to wait a long time. So let's put it aside.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
So it seems that the arrow is much more straight. So now let's try to glue these broken pieces back into the arrow quiver. So it seems that the glue is worked, so I will add a little bit more in the behind of these areas. So hopefully it will strengthen the glue. So just a tiny little bit, too much. So it seems that I successfully glued these little pieces back to the arrow quiver. So now I will continue use this tape to like tape this arrow and hopefully make it more straight.
A few moments later.
So it's been a while. Let's assembling back everything together. So I feel a little bit loose on the torso, like this. And legs, although I like strengthen a little bit the leg, so kicking forward will be okay. It won't go down, but side kicking, not much holding power, it will go down quite easily. So don't add the oil onto the ball joint on the leg. I'm making mistake on adding the oil, so I think tight is better than loose. So when standing right here, the side legs too loose, so maybe like going like this. Looks like I have to continue strengthen the leg. Like the torso, I don't know how to fix the torso, but at least this ball joint like this, like I can like add some glue pen to make the ball joint bigger, so make it much more secure when side open, so won't fall off like immediately. Or maybe I'll add some plastic paper to wrap the ball joint up, so make it bigger, to make it much tighter. So I'll use this bubble paper. So cut a tiny little piece for one ball joint, I think. So cut a little pieces, like now wrap up the ball joint. So maybe like this, and plug it into the hole. So now it's successfully staying there. Seems like a pretty good way to fix the loose joint. Now they move very good. So cut another pieces for the other ball joint. Plug the other leg back. So just like this. So now it won't fall off. So after putting the plastic paper on it, it's strengthened the ball joint now. So now when I'm moving while kicking open, it won't fall off quite easily. And also can easily go forward and backward. But for the torso, I really don't have much idea how to strengthen it so far. So I decided to just leave it right now. So I guess I did everything I can to fix the problem that I encounter for these Bootleg Figma link.
The next day.
So this is the second day. So last night the arrow is slowly turning back to the sideway. So I used the hairdryer to heat it up and use tape to like secure the straight position. And after a night, so hopefully it can help the arrow to maintain the straight position and make it won't going back to the sideway. So now let's untape this tape. So far seems good. So now let's go through what I did that actually improved these bootleg figures or fixing these bootleg figures. So first of all, for these little hair pieces, I used the knife to like cut out some of the uneven plastic inside these two little holes, especially the one in the right here. So now the hair pieces will go in very easily and can be removed quite easily. Just like this. And behind the figure bed, I used the screwdriver to push it in and make it through the hole. I don't know, there's something inside or they did not make a very good joint behind the figures. So now I was able to push the sword sheet behind the figures. Originally, I cannot do that. I would feel something blocked inside the hole. And for the torso joint, I plug in the screwdriver into this ball joint to move around to make sure this joint can be moved around. So now when I plug in the leg right here, I was able to pose some poses with these torso areas. Attached these broken pieces back to the arrow quills, and I heat up the arrow quills and bend this arrow from a side position to a straight position. Lastly, I cannot fix this problem, but there's supposed to be a pulling down the side for these figure legs, but somehow the right leg here cannot pulling down. It's completely stuck. So I add some oil onto the joint inside, but it was not helpful. Do not add the oils of the ball joint of these two legs because later I found out it become too loose. So I have to like strengthen it by putting some of the plastic paper inside the ball joint. So that's it. I think that's everything I did for these bootleg figures to try to fixing it. Although this figure is not perfect, but it's actually pretty well sculpted. Especially right here, the chainmail looks really detailed. And the battery, see, they're not bad. They're actually pretty detailed. And the paint job is not that bad too. At least very less like paint job issues on these figures. But of course, there's some of the unknown black dots in the blue areas. But you can see the sculpting is actually not that bad. Look at the symbol right here. And the chainmails. And the like braces armor right here. They're actually pretty good. And the face paint looks cool too. Although like compared to the promotion photo, like the original one, you can see the eyes look a little bit angrier because the inwards of the eyes seem a little bit lower compared to the original. Like it actually looks a little bit angry, not look like the original a little bit. But I am okay with this face paint. And the hair sculpting is quite good too. So I think you cannot compare it side to side with the original. That you can see the quality is not that good. But when you just like posing it alone without the original, you can see this figure is actually not that bad. It's very well sculpted, although the seam line is quite obvious and like very awful. You may need to like cutting these yourself, but it's not bad. It's pretty good. And for the face, it comes with a neutral face, a smiling face, and lastly, a angry screaming face that open the mouth. And one of the difference, I think, is they're lacking of the matte coating. So if you have a matte spray or something, you can spray the matte coating yourself to make it less like reflective, like a little bit too oils on the face. And for swapping the face, like be careful of the little hair pieces right here when you plug in the face. So it's highly possible will block your face pieces, so you need to like bend it aside to avoid it. So for example, like right here I put the face inside, it will probably like stuck in, it will probably like blocked by the hair pieces right here. So I need to like remove it aside to plug in the face. So be careful with these little hair pieces when you're swapping the face. And also have some swappable hands. So beside the open palm hands and fist hand, it have a two grabbing hand for both sides and open palm hand for the left side. And of course, we have some weapon accessory. Paint job on the shield looks really surprisingly good. But for the master sword, there's some paint jobs error into the blade itself. You can see there's 3 little silver dot right here. And the sheet is the most you can solve the paint job issue. For example, there's a little bit golden out of the line, some gold painting in the blue areas. But overall, you can still, like looking far away, it still look pretty nice. But up close, you can see those many like little bit paint job issues. And of course, you can put the sword inside the sheet, no problems. And with these little pieces, you can like plug it in here and install into the sheet, into the shield. Like this handle can be removed. But out there, some reviews said that these little pieces will chip off some of the blue paint job in the sword sheet. So now I will do it and test it, see if it actually will damage the paint job right here. So you plug it like this and install these 2 pegs into the sheet. So I found that if I plug into the sheet first, these 2 pegs will like cannot plug in these 2 holes. So the correct method, I think, should be first of all plug into the sheet first, like this. Then click this into the sword sheet, like this. And finally plug the sheet behind the figures, like this. And you can have Link wearing the shield and the sword at the same time. And now try to remove it, see if it will be very difficult to remove it. So first of all, the sword, very easy to remove, but right here you can see there's actually a little bit of like chipping. You can see some minor scratches, so it's okay. And now the most important part. So after you install these little pieces into the shield, it's very difficult to remove, so be careful. And I suggested not plug it in all the way, otherwise you may having the same difficulty for mine right now. After a long time of struggling, I finally able to remove it, and you can see the peg right there is already, there's a white already. So in long term, that means plug it into the shield maybe will damage these 2 plastic accessory pieces. And lastly, the cave. And I said it before, I think the painting on the cave actually looks really good. And you can see the symbol is actually printed really well on this little soft good cave. And now let's put it on to the link figures. So have to remove the hat first, and plus this little peg behind the figure joint. So just like that. And lastly, plug back the head and adjust a little bit for the ponytails. And this is how it looked after wearing the cape. It looks really good. But here's a problem. So in the original, there's a little hole right here is for you to install the master sword sheet. But for this one, it is too small for this little peg, so I cannot install it in. Totally block outside. So I give up to do that, and I don't want to damage these little plastic pieces because they're so tiny, and forcefully make this hole bigger may damage the whole thing. So another problem that I think they can solve the issue is to sand this little peg right here. Use some sandpaper to make it smaller. But I'm okay with that because when you have the cave and you plug in the sword, the cave will be go flying like this one. So it's not look very good in my opinion. So I will give up to not fix this issue. But this issue indeed exists. So just for your reference. And lastly, it also comes with a stand, and for the head you can choose this or choose this to install into the top of the stand. So but for this one, it will be feeling very tight and very difficult to plug in for the top of the stand. But for these little pieces, it will be very easy to plug in. Just like that, and even a little bit too loose, so it may fall off quite easily. So it's a bit weird stand, not very good. For articulation, the head can turn left and right, bend a little bit side to side, can move up like this, can move down like this, and the ponytail can move a little bit up and down. And you can actually swivel it. The arm can raise up like this, but you can 360 to moving forward to move it. And there's also a little butterfly joint, so you can move the arm much more forward. And there's a swivel design right here, can bend like this. Lastly, there's a wrist joint. The torso can move front and backward, a little bit side to side, and swivel a little bit. And for the lower torso, it seems can only move forward and backward. And connect to the lower part of the body, there's also a ball joint, can move a little bit. So maximum moving forward can be like this. Behind will be looking like this. And the leg, this leg can be a little bit pulling down for kicking more forward, but will definitely blocked by the chainmail pieces. So it will be looking like this. And backward are the same, will blocked by the chainmails. Side kicking with these pieces will be like this. So now let's remove this chainmail to demonstrate the legs articulations. So the leg can kicking up front like this without chainmails, backward like this, wide kicking like this, and the knees is double joint, can bend like this, and the angle can go a little bit down, and go up like this, cross side to side, balancing, and lastly the toes joint can go up, but not down. So if you're interested to buying these bootleg links, so be careful of the badges problem. So in the early first batch, these angry face pieces is having an issue. So the mouth is without the pink part, is totally empty. So this face will be like have an empty hole in the mouth. And the other problem that you will, in the early batch you will have is the neutral face is printed wrongly into the smiley face. So it will look a little bit weird for these two pieces. But in the later batch, this problem have fixed. And the later batch, accordingly, is they will fix the behind the hole issue. So originally, in the early batch, the hole behind the figures right here will be a little bit too small. So you cannot plug in the cave and the sword sheet cannot go in. Similar to mine, but I guess my orders or my batch is they already try to fix the issue, so I can like plug in firstly, but something inside that to block the sheet continue to go in. So I have to use the screwdriver to like push it in or continue to make the hole bigger. But according to rumors, this issue is already fixed, so I don't know. But one thing to sure is if you want to buy it, please make sure you buy the latest batch. The more late the batch is, the more problem it will be fixed. So here are the side comparison with the SHF Tanjiro and SHF Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. This is compared with Mayfax Winter Soldiers and SHF Thanos. And this is compared with Mass Toy Black Suit Spider-Man and CT Toy Gambit. So here my final thought on these bootleg Figma links. I'm surprising that the sculpting of these bootleg figures are actually really well. Like the chainmail pieces, like it looks really good. Although there's some minor paint job issues, like although this figure is not perfect, I need to spend a lot of time trying to fix some issue that I have, but at the end of the day, I was able to fix more of them, and just simple fixing method is not that hard. Just put them into the hot water and basically you can like fix most of the issues. But at the end of the day, I've only have 6 little torso, 2 loose issues, and this leg cannot pulling down articulation issue. But these 2 issues won't affect you posing this guy. Like you can still pose many cool poses with these bootleg figures. But last time when I checked AliExpress, the pricing is about like 35 to 30. I think this price is little bit expensive. If 20 something below $30, I think this figure is totally worth it. But right now, 35 or even 40, do not recommend. But 20 something dollars or even below 20, definitely worth it. And there's a rumor saying that the manufacturer will issue the deluxe version, those deluxe accessory as an accessory pack later. So if you're not hurry up to get this bootleg figure for now, I suggest you to wait until the accessory pack come out. I think the price will decrease. Like for now, $35 I think is too expensive. But for Asian region person, you can check this on Taobao, like China version of AliExpress. I think the price in there are much more cheaper than AliExpress. So I think this is the end of my video. I'm so sorry this time the video is very long because the included the fixing process, and I believe this time my wording or my saying is too randomly, and most of the time I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm so sorry about that. If you like this video or if this video kind of helped you in some way, please give a like or consider subscribe. I hope I can see you in my next video. So goodbye.